afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good evening, good every time, no matter where you are on the surface of the planet Earth. I want to say a very good day to you. If you're in the night time, a very good night to you. If you're in the morning, a very good morning, wherever you are on the surface of the planet Earth. My name is Abba Thomas, and today I have a topic we want to talk about. And Abba Kyari's Nigeria merry-go-round is what I titled this one. I have some few gentlemen with me today who we want to analyze things together. I'm sure they're probably smiling where they are to say, what do you mean by Abba Kyari Nigeria merry-go-round? Let's go straight to the point. Lies never last, history never die, and the truth is always constant. I would like to introduce my guest today to you, the people that you probably know very well because they're very active on the social media and they are fighting for the peace and for the goodness of the whole world. I have Prince Ese and I have Olayomi Koiki of Koiki Media as well with me here today, and we're here to analyze things together. If you're joining us, again, my name is Abba Thomas. We are live on both Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Periscope tonight. So let me first of all go to Prince Ese. I hope your audio is still there, Prince.
I should think so. I'm hearing you very clearly.
Yeah, fantastic. Your audio is there, yeah. Can you introduce yourself properly and say a little bit about yourself to our audience, please?
Oh, well, you got the name perfectly. I'm Princess Ihenacho. I am an advocate for humanity. I think that should do for now. Advocate for humanity.
Advocate for humanity, somebody who doesn't want humanity to suffer. That's what I understand by advocate, which is a very good thing. It means you're not selfish. So I'm going to go to my next regular, who is well known by everybody and everyone on the show. His name is Olayomi Koiki of Koiki Media. Mr. Koiki, could you introduce yourself, please?
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to Heritage TV. And we will be looking at, the topic this evening. My name is Olayomi Koiki, the founder of Koiki Media, and also the international correspondent for Star Radio UK, and also very operational manager with my brother, Heritage Television, and also working with other media partners across the globe.
Fantastic, yeah. That's very sweet. We're going to go to it. We're going to hammer it. I have a video that we put together earlier on. We call it Abba Kyari documentary. Even though we haven't voiced it, but I cannot do but show this video to our audience because I'll try my best to try and see if I can lay some commentary on it while we go for it now. See you on the other side, guys, yeah? Let's watch the video together. Lie never last. History never die. And the truth is always constant. Malam Abba Kyari, a Kanuri people born in Kanuri, a Kanuri from Borno State. That's the map of the Kanuri. They actually emigrate, and these are the people of the Kanuris. And we go through to their music, the kind of music they like to play. Kyari is married to the sister-in-law of Ibrahim Kyari, and he has 4 children. His early life is not much is not known about it, but we know that he went to University of Warwick in Coventry and also has a bachelor degree in law from the University of Cambridge. In 1983, he was called to the bar, Nigerian bar, and attended the Nigerian Law School. Whatever Malam Abba Kyari did, he invested in his education either by himself or through the Nigerian government alleged scholarship program. In 1984, he obtained a master's degree in law at the University of Cambridge. He later attended International Institute of Management Development in Switzerland and participated in the program for management development at Harvard Business School in 1992 and 1994 respectively. On March 24, 2020, it was made public that Kyari have tested positive for COVID-19. On March 23rd, following the official trip to Germany 9 days before. It was also reported that Kyari has underlying medical conditions and has secretly flown out of the country. He later rejected this claim and was moved from Abuja to Lagos. But sources now is telling us at Heritage Studio that they didn't actually move him to Lagos. But this morning, when they fly his body back to Abuja after his death, they said they fly his body back to Abuja International Airport. If he's not coming from International, why would they fly him to International Airport? He has some few grudges with so many enemies in there at the State House. He has been reported to be one of the holding the wake and the over-centralized Nigerian state together, and he is the man everybody has to go to get meaningful meeting with the president. He has also been reported in the past that Malam Abba Kyari has, in some few instances, overruled the president's instruction without any consequence. He worked briefly with the law firm Abba Kyari and showed more for some times when he returned to Nigeria. That's John Campbell of America, who has run his mouth about when this man goes, Nigeria is going to break. We break the news earlier on the 2nd or 3rd of April, and they retract the news that he wasn't dead, but we think he has actually been dead by that time. That's the burial ceremony there, and they were advocating social distance, and we can see there's nothing like social distance there. That's his body arrived at the State House, in the guest house in Abuja. The people at Funke Adekele's party, private party, is not as much as this. Maybe they're going to have to prosecute all these people here as well. And Lai Mohammed, I don't know why they call his parents know he's going to be a liar. That's why they call him Lai Mohammed initially. And he said the body of coronavirus victim will not be released to the family, and they will not name the victim. But unfortunately, they named this one, maybe out of state interest, and they gave the body back to the family as well. Kyari was an influential figure within the Buhari administration. During the administration first time, he worked mainly behind the scene to implement the president's agenda. In 2019, with President Buhari's re-election for the second time, he ordered his cabinet to channel all requests to Kyari's office, further enhancing Kyari's influence within the government circle and being labeled as de facto head of government. In 2017, following a leaked memo, Kyari became embroiled in a public argument with the head of civil servant, who was later removed from office and arrested. In 2020, in another leaked memo, Babagana Mongoro, the National Security Advisor, accused Kyari of meddling in matters of national security. According to Nigerian government, he died in Lagos hospital on the 17th of April 2020 after testing positive to COVID-19. That's his body arriving at the cemetery. It's supposed to be a private cemetery. And I'm so sorry, a lot of people here are not properly protected, some without gloves, and they're standing very close to the body, which is a shame. I hope there's not going to be explosive of coronavirus among the inner circle of this man, because the coffin is not completely sealed, and they're not going to bury him with the coffin, with the carrying coffin. They're not going to bury him with that. And these people are meddling with the body without proper and adequate protection. I don't know what's going to happen. By the way, the picture is courtesy of TVC News and some other few news organizations, because we are not at the burial ourselves. That's the seat fit. Man needs to remember in all their dealings. We're all gonna go there. But what would people say about you and about me when they finally take us to the cemetery? This is what they're saying about Abba Kyari when his body arrived at Gudu Cemetery. That's him there. They carry him in the makeshift coffin, because remember, he's a Muslim. They're not going to bury him with a coffin. So they're going to take his body out. The man in the green, only wearing gloves, no face masks, no protective clothing. And the stupid man in black as well, the policeman, I think is a mobile police officer. The other man in the car on this side, close to the screen on the left-hand bottom corner, he's not covering himself. The military man is not covering himself properly. Look at all the hands there. We can see the skin, bare skin. Dangerous. It's like danger mouse. The coffin is contaminated because it's been carrying a victim of COVID-19. Even the man, some of the people wearing protective PPE, you can see some of their skin underneath the gloves. Maybe people are thinking COVID-19 is still a joke. They're still playing with it. They're playing with it. They don't know the consequence. They don't know how important it is for them to cover themselves properly. If you remember, some few weeks ago, the Prime Minister of United Kingdom was admitted to hospital. He was sick of COVID-19, and he spent so much days there. He pays the government in the United Kingdom. They look after their hospital. They have the infrastructure. They build it, and he served them. Maybe if Nigerian government have invested in hospital infrastructure in Nigeria as well, maybe he might have served them, and maybe the man might still be alive. Sometimes ago, the health minister says he didn't realize the hospital infrastructure in Nigeria is not that bad. He's supposed to lose his job for that comment, but unfortunately, things like that does not happen in Nigeria. That's it. Dust to dust, ashes to ashes. They give him the last respect now. They cover him with leaf. They cover him with a plank first, and then they're gonna pour the sand on it. Whatever you do in life, remember 6 feet. Remember 6 feet. That's the end. Vanity upon vanity. You have to do good. What it will be remembered for now is what it did. Everything is done in the past. It cannot meddle things anymore. It cannot change things. Look at the man. Bare hand with the sand, the one with the shovel. Even the one in green, I don't think is covering his nose. Danger is looming for these guys. If you're just joining us, you're still watching the burial ceremony of Malam Abba Kyari, one of the most popular, powerful man in Nigerian circle, administration, government circle. This will serve as a lesson. It's an inspirational lesson for all of us to tell us we have to do good in whatever we do, in all our endeavor. Whatever Malam Abba Kyari has done in the past, that is what he will be remembered for. If it's good, they will remember him for it. If it's the other way around, I pray it's good for him. Right, that is what he will be remembered for. That is why today we have Prince Ese, advocate for humanity, because we want to talk about humanity mainly today. what you need to do in life to make sure you get to heaven. Nigerian people, Nigerian government are very funny about money. Instead of spending the money for the right thing, right, they spend it for the wrong thing sometimes. This man actually went to Germany. That is why he got infected along the line. We don't know where exactly. And I can tell you authoritatively that he was a bit arrogant when he came back, because they know there's a problem. They want to quarantine him, and he refused, and he mingled with people in the State House. On the wire just now, something coming through on the wire now, that the State House in Abuja, Aso Rock, actually restricted movement around the State House, because if all these people goes to the funeral and they can bring all this mess back to the State House, then more problem is looming at the State House. So they restrict it. I want you to watch this one very well. This is one of the people. This is how silly the man is. You're going to see it yourself. I want you to see it yourself and judge him yourself. I don't want to judge the man. He's taking off his PPE now, personal protective equipment. He's taking it out. I want you to see that. I want you to judge it yourself and decide what you want to say to him. He's left it there, or he's going to leave it there. And he's going to walk away from it. These people doesn't seem to understand the risk they're taking. With what they're doing now, they don't understand the risk at all. And it is very, very risky. It's very risky. I cannot overemphasize it. I cannot overemphasize it. I cannot overemphasize it. Towards the end, I'm going to leave you with a video with some few images, because I will be going back to the studio now. We will upload this documentary properly later on with the right audio, and then we will take it from there. That's the clock there. He's left it there. He's getting his raincoat. I want to leave you with these few images, these three images. Some people said the one on the right and the one on the left gang up against the one in the center. But the one in the center was actually tried, and they said he's guilty, and they took him out. He's the former Chief Justice to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and what happens there is that they took him out and they embarrassed him seriously. And the funniest thing is that they both died on the same day, the one on the left and the one on the right. Is it a coincidence? We need to find out. We need to discuss it. Welcome my guest back to the studio, Prince Ese Olayomi Koiki. Welcome back to the studio.
Thank you very much.
The package of that video. Does it speak volume?
Oh wow! It captures a bit of the gist. And thank you for spending time to remind us of how this man started his journey. I'll say career-wise, because we didn't quite see what actually happened when the mother brought him into this world, because I always like to have that as the starting point. And I wish we could see what the conversation between the mother and the father, whether they decided to have Abba Kyari or they were just having fun. And then the mother turned up and said, oh, well, you see, it seems I'm conceived, it seems I'm pregnant. Because I think whenever we start from there, we begin to capture humanity, because sometimes in the hustle and bustle of this life, we tend to forget how we arrived here. We tend to forget that we were consequences or byproducts of other people's activities, whether it was deliberate or whether it was accidental. And we suddenly arrive here totally empty-handed. I can assure you, Abba Kyari entered this world like you and me, totally empty-handed, didn't know where he came from, wasn't consulted, didn't consent, didn't request to come, and he was under total supervision and total care of other people. That means even his survival in this world was totally other people's responsibility. Now, if I wish I could have seen him in those early age to be able to make proper assessment of what he became right here. It was nice to hear when you were talking about him arriving from Germany and how full of himself he must have felt to feel that he wasn't subject to quarantine. Now, you see, all the things you capture here reveals a very sad state of humanity. Everything you captured in this series of video you showed, look at what makes my heart bleed in all of them. You see all the stupidity you've seen on this video in terms of Abba Kyari, first of all, refusing to be quarantined because he thought he was above humanity. You see what happens during his burial, where we are no longer observing this, the social distancing. You saw what happened with the guy who removed his clothes and threw it there and whatever else. My pity is the fact that but Abba Kyari ended up going to contaminate other people. That is the thing, you see. He's not only sentenced to death, but he was trying to sentence people to death. Those you saw they are mingling, okay? If they have caught something, they are going to go home now, spread it to their wives, to their children, to other people. You see, this is what I'm trying to get humanity to understand, that we owe each other. We are connected. And when we begin to malfunction, our malfunction is not just for us alone. It begins to trickle down because we're connected. And this is one sad thing humanity is failing to appreciate. But I love the whole series. But wish I could have seen the beginning of Abba Kyari and how he got into this world. And I wish people would get to appreciate what he became. But let me allow Olayomi Koiki to have some say in this matter, and then we can take it from there. Thank you.
I would like to emphasize that Abba Kyari surfaced sometimes in the 70s, 80s. Nobody knows what happened to him before then, right? He surfaced in the 70s and 80s, and before then we don't know anything about him. Olayomi Koiki might get to make man. What do you have to add?
Well, thank you very much once again, and to those watching us, we'd like to say thank you for watching, and you can also share and invite your friend to join the conversation. I think we are a kind of people that believes that when we are in government, we are untouchable, and when we get to that position, whatever decision we make will also have big impact on people, be it the one that we do know or the one that you don't know. While the conversation was while you were showing that video, I received a message on my phone, and the individual was asking me, what is my take? I won't mention the media personnel that the person was asking me, but he said, what is your take on this individual allegation about Abba Kyari? I mean, if we have been given the right information, from day one, if we have been told things that we meant to know, we won't be asking questions. There won't be any sort of conspiracy theory, whether he was flown out, whether he died 2 weeks ago, or the official one that was announced yesterday. But let's go back first to the allegation that we know was already in the media before he passed on. and that was the last one between himself and the Mungono, which shows that when we talk about Kaaba, we've always been told they are Kaabas, even though we as people believe that there's no one that is called Kaaba because they are just a human being like us, and they are either official working for the government or those working behind the scene. But one thing I could assure you is a lot of Nigerians woke up because again it also show what time did he die and how come the press statement was released in the middle of the night, because almost everybody was sleeping apart from few of us, or maybe people in another part of the globe where they were just waking up. But I'm sure by now the whole world is aware. It's not going to be the first one. And I'll go back and tell you, that as we are saying COVID-19, which has killed so many people, even up to a 13-year-old here in UK. And I will get you the video, the image. And I would like us to compare how the funeral service happened. First and foremost, we've got to remember, and we pray for his soul, but I think he has spent, a good quality life, and he has also been taken care of by the same system from the time he was given birth up to the time that he passed on. And also the family will continue to enjoy, the benefit that millions of Nigerians around the country and around the world might never enjoy. I spoke to someone early hours when we were having the breaking news and, looking at it. The gentleman is 65, and he said to me he has been hearing the same name as far back as in the 80s. Are we saying that we don't have people that could have represent, the chief of staff to the government apart from this individual? Or is it again the loyalty that the president believes that this is the person that he needs on board? But yet we've seen crises of different allegations coming out of Aso Rock. But I'm sure there will be more to debate and there will be more to discuss during the course of this program. I go back to you now in the studio.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Olayomi. There's some few issues we need to actually go through one by one, because this gentleman, number one, we understand that he went to Germany to go and talk to some electricity board there so that they can put things together and give us electricity. Make electricity possible in Nigeria. And he went to Germany after the problem has started ravaging. And if that kind of problem is ravaging in the whole world, and everybody in the whole world is running this cascada for this issue, and somebody decides to go there, is he doing us a favor, or what is actually happening? I'm going to go to Prince Essie. What will you remember this man? Someone who loved humanity, or someone who loved his pocket, or someone who is greedy? Because there's some pictures that surface, some campaign materials for 2020. Maybe it's real, maybe it's fake, I don't know. Because when 2020, how can somebody be making some campaign material for 2023 already? That looks to be greedy over optimist. Is it?
Well, can I begin by taking it up from the mention, just from that, the fact that he had to travel to Germany. I'm quite sure there was a time I was persistently writing about all these foreign trips by so-called officials. I kept writing about, I kept talking about all the evil of even the issue of medical tourism. Now, somehow, if not anything, coronavirus has managed to at least restate in terms of projecting what I call the frailties or the vulnerabilities the weaknesses, limitations of human beings, in spite of whatever we term as our limited strengths. This coronavirus has gone a long way to prove right when I say that if you have leaders who depend on foreign whatever, more or less psychotic, okay? Because I believe that it is only someone who is carrying what I call the symptom of self-harm that will depend on treatment abroad or depend on facilities abroad for things that require them to stay at home to receive. What do I mean? You see, when you fail to appreciate your own health, it means that you are somehow suicidal. You are prepared to self-harm. If you understand of illness, if you understand health is, if you know that health is next to, if you know that illnesses do not write letter warning you that they're about to come, this is what you expect a sane person to know. If you know that illnesses have some sorts that will kill you within minutes, you will be crazy. You will definitely be mentally unwell to rely on facilities abroad. And how realistic I have been proven, how factual it has come through that these people are very sick people indeed. Because, you know, anything that makes you lose sight of reality, it's actually, it doesn't matter how much degrees you think you have, it doesn't matter how much your height or your position. If the things that are supposed to be natural and real are estranged from you, and you believe, and not only them, all the people that live in that geographical location who believe that it is the right thing to do for those that ought to be providing quality facilities at home, to be depending abroad, okay? All those people are suffering from mental illness, but they're not supposed to know anyway, because those affected in mental health are the last to know. And I know it for sure because of a little bit of my background. Anyway, moving on from there, you asked me a very important question, which is you wanted me to classify this man in terms of whether he was a servant of the people or whether he came to serve himself or whether, let me just be very frank with you. You know, if you followed my writing, first of all, I don't believe in the concept Nigeria. If I say Nigeria, you have to know that I just simply mean I mean what we call the enterprise of Britain put together for the purpose of Britain and faked as a country. Because as far as I know, realistically, it is not a country. It has never been a country, and it will never be a country. Okay? And I stand to be proven wrong. It's impossible to prove me wrong because any sane person would know that this is just a design of other people. I've warned severely about even naming. You don't name a child as a stranger. You don't name a child. There is divine implications for naming. That's why only parents and relatives name their children. It's also the same. There is divine link to naming of a place. All these things have got a lot of identity issues, personality issues, spiritual issues. And that is why even animals are not named by strangers. Animals only take names from their owners. Now, for you to allow other people to give you a name and you're happy with that name, the structure is faulty from the base. So that's why, in fact, somehow I don't really blame anyone too much because the whole system is wrong. And if we say we are human beings, because what I know about human beings, humanity, is that God from source, something very unique in terms of identity. And God gave us the free will to self-define. Now, can you imagine the same person that through the same process you came through? Because none of you knew that this world existed. Okay? Force was consulted. We were all byproducts of other people's activities. I've said it before. Now, to imagine that people will grow out of that to now believe that they own themselves, they own they own other places. It's mental disorder. I can prove, and I will doubt that thing called mental illness. Trust me, because there is this sort of structure in place. Okay, so that means the found is wrong. So it's difficult then to have any sane people that occupy, because the foundation is wrong already. And that's why I keep shaking my head. And God knows how I feel. My heart is, because I do know that this is evil upon humanity. You can't set up a structure that is impossible to work. It's impossible. I tell you, Ade, I love you. I love Olayomi Koikin. But let me tell you something. Even with the best will in the world, you can't get that place in order. It doesn't matter. The structure is terrible. Terrible. I can't blame Abba Kyari to the extreme, because I know that the system set up there is a crazy system. It's impossible. It's unworkable. So you must rise to change. You can talk until they come home. Talk until, as far as that structure remains, I am sorry. It is formulated to produce evil. It is formulated to produce malfunction on a permanent basis. So it doesn't matter who you put there, it will never work. It can't work. The structure must be revisited, and we must get this right from the foundation. So I've actually answered your question by saying Abba Kyari was there for himself and for whatever he calls his tribe. I don't know about tribes, but I think he was there for his tribe. You can see what they did to the chief judge of a whole country, a qualified man, and they went and brought their friend who might not even be qualified enough to be a proper high court judge. So do I blame them? I'll say no, because the structure is terrible. And can I just advise everybody, we should all wake up to this fact. And I say this now as an advocate for humanity. I say this now as the founder and the president of Global Advocacy for Humanity. I say this now as a human being, as a bona fide part of this world. I say, please, everybody should wake up and know that you have no country. That is not a country. It will never be a country. Look at what you call your military. Look at what you call your law enforcement agencies. Just look at them and know that you're not in a country. These are people set up to kill you. These are people brainwashed to see you as an enemy. These are people set up. Look, you need to understand what is there, because I see it clearly. Until we deal with that structure, we will never come out of this total madness. Please. So I think I have answered that bit of the question. I was not into it for humanity or for the people that are located in that location called Nigeria. He was in there for himself and for his tribe, and it was so clear. And he was prepared to do away and kill or whatever opposes what that structure he believes in, whatever it is he believes in. He was there to make sure that that thing that person does not see the light of day. So there you have it. But nature has a way of sorting us out. Nature has a way to take care of things. Nature has I can tell you, as I am here, I said to God, this COVID-19, if I need to die for humanity to be better, if I need to die from this COVID-19, as so long as you're gonna receive me, oh God, I'm happy to go. I'm very, very happy to go, so humanity can do well. And if COVID-19, if there are people that COVID-19 need to take away, okay, for humanity to progress and pray to God, even though this could have been man-made, because man will always do something. I say to God, and I mean it as I talk to the audience right now, that whatever reason God has allowed this virus to go forth. So long as that reason is for the benefit of humanity and the glory of God, let this go through, and let it only stop when the needful has been achieved. That is just me being very, very honest with you, because I think humanity needed some pausing. We needed to pause. I think we were all going crazy. Many people have begun to think that they laid the foundations of this world. Many people had thought that they can do whatever they like. People were sleeping with goats if they chose. People were
And
marrying
dogs.
dogs if they wanted. People were doing all sorts of madness. You have your GOs in the in the place of worship, telling people when heaven will fall down and when the sky will drop. You have people parading as if they gave birth to themselves. You had people were just going crazy. I think we needed a bit of stopping. So a part of me isn't too frustrated about COVID-19, even though I know it is man-made. But well, sometimes man will trigger it and nature will do the rest. So I ask nature to do it perfectly. Whatever it has come to do, let it do it perfectly. And let that perfection be for the benefit of humanity, for the glory of God who made all things, including the ground upon which we stand and upon which we build everything we claim as our own. I thank you.
Thank you very much for that. That was very comprehensive. That was very fully understand. Ola Yomi Koiki, there's something I wanted to ask. When Prince Ese was analyzing things, he said Abba Kyari might be there for his own tribe. There's a little bit more poverty in the north than in the south. Am I right, Ola Yomi?
That a lot of us do when we look at the picture and we assume that because a section part of the country that people tend to believe holds the power, but you only have to read and see that those section and those part of that country in the northern part of the country itself have got a lot of people that have been disenfranchised of so many things. And do you want to remember the Chibo girls or the Lish Shraibu that are still not been found and been also confirmed that has also given birth? That shows that that section of people do not have the benefit of those that you might think hold the power to the corridor in Nigeria, as a lot of us have seen. And it's not just now. I mean, you also have to look at the tenure of people that have ruled the country, that have taken charge of power. And if you ask me, the late Sonny Abacha, we wouldn't have known how much he had if he was still alive, because he would still have to use that same force that he was using, with the people. But what I'm trying to say is, people have been...
The money he has,
yeah.
or the money he actually stole?
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter how we might put it, but we would never have known whether this money was stolen in the first place. And, until maybe another government takes over, before we also start knowing how many kind of money has been stolen, or how many money has been taken out of the coffle of the country for the benefit of the people that you've just mentioned. I mean, we have people that don't have quality education, no good welfare, and security is also a big task. Do you know that there's more Nigerians that are internally displaced within the country when there is no war? People might say there is war because we got Boko Haram. But again, if things have been done properly, maybe if there has not been any interference by the late chief of staff, because I didn't say so, but Mongono himself said he was tampering, with the security architect of a country of 200 million people. Only Lord knows how many things goes on behind closed door that we will never get to know. And until we become transparent in our dealings, even during his death, people are asking so many questions.
Thank you very much for that. That's comprehensive enough as well. I want to say one thing, or I want to add something, or I want to. This question keep coming to my head. Why will these two people are the people that took him, that took the CJN out of power exactly a year ago yesterday? Why would they die on the same day? That's why I put the title, Abba Kyari's Nigeria Merry-Go-Round. Why would they die on the same day? And yesterday, when I had that, the man died about 1 o'clock, or this morning, that man died about 1 o'clock in the night. I said, there must be a bad news already on the ground. Because what they're trying to do is use the bad news that they have already to cover or cushion this one. What do you think, Essay?
Well, okay. Now, I have kept saying to people, because I give God the glory, because there are certain, at least the Holy Spirit has made me aware of. I don't come and God told me, but I know that we are both spiritual as well as physical. There's a reason why you and I would know what to do with a seed and plant it and then get it to reproduce. And no animal do that. People don't know that we are beings. Only us, God, can build. Most only do basic stuff. Like when you look at a bird, its nest is forever and ever. They cannot put new structure in their design of their nest. You look at a lion would roar and only roar. It wouldn't do anything else. But a human being can build structure, shape stones, can do all manner of things. Because we are spiritual as well as physical. In fact, in 2019, I kept telling people that that the year was actually loading. I knew that something was loading. I knew that. And I kept warning people, and I kept saying, look, the way we are going, no matter what anybody thinks, yeah, somebody owns
A bit of issue with
to build whatever we are building. I want people to capture that. Okay? You have moved into somebody's house. This world was already built before any human being stepped into it. You have moved into somebody's house. All of us moved into this world. All of us, yeah?
they think
We are
the
given.
house.
Sorry, the earth, the world is the house.
Houses.
Take it as a house.
Yeah.
Say it again.
They think they inherit the world.
Thank you. Yeah. So we all went in, came into this world as tenants. And the owner has left some warnings and some directions. Okay? It's told you what you should and shouldn't do, but it says to you, it's up to you. But if you do the wrong things, this is there will be consequences. If you do the right thing, fair enough. 2019, I was saying, look, the owner of this world, the owner of the foundation upon which we stand, will have a say in the matter. I knew that he will have a say. You know, I don't do predictions. I don't, and I don't need to. My conscience is good enough to tell me that there is danger, because you have come into somebody's house as a tenant. You've suddenly decided one day and converted yourself to a landlord. You know you are only renting, but somehow you became mad and believed that you have become the owner of the house. Now you are pursuing other tenants and telling them, look, you should be paying me rent. Now, if you don't pay rent, I will kill you. You are now collecting rent from other tenants, yes? And you are serving eviction notices, and you're doing what you like. You're setting the house ablaze. And you're telling me that the owner will not come and give you a warning? You're telling me that the owner of the house will not have reason to come and say, what the hell are you doing? How dare you think you brought yourself here? Now, you know, there are things that are mysterious, and this is why my whole emphasis will into China very soon. But let's keep dealing with Abba Kyari, because it's moving in a mighty way in this world. We have not met the sun, neither have we met the sky, neither have we met the ground upon which we stand. We know nothing about the air we breathe. It's nothing to do with us. And if it goes just for a minute, just for 10 minutes, we'll all be dead. If this air, you see the air? And I keep telling people we are only a breath away from departure from this world. I know why I emphasize on these things. Now, you are looking at two mysterious deaths. I can tell you, only God can tell you why, but it is mysterious. But I also will have to say to you, a lot is coming. I can only say a lot. Look, look. This COVID-19 didn't come to play. Okay? Somebody triggered it, but nature took it to do some work. All I'm saying is that we will have a memory to remember so that those who forgot that Abacha died in power will not forget again and then have to face even stiffer crisis in future. So I say the Spirit, the Holy Spirit is still in charge of our current affairs in this world. God Almighty remains in charge of the world that He created. We are only here momentarily as tenants. We need to be very careful. We just need to be very, very careful. So those two deaths, well, I'll say to everybody, make up your minds and choose whatever you want to choose. All I do know is that there is something called mystery, and God is mysterious. And He moves in a mysterious way. His wonders to perform. He plants His foot in the sea and rides upon the storm. Look, let me tell you, my brothers, His purposes, that is God's purposes, will ripen fast, unfolding every hour. The bud may have a bitter taste, but sweet will be the flower. So let's keep, and let's not take this as a joke. Our world is turning. Those who decided to kidnap and steal their fellow human beings and keep them in hostage and annex them will suddenly realize that they don't even own themselves, let alone own other people, let alone own countries. How crazy are these people? They're soon going to realize, because look, we are standing in the base of the Almighty. We don't own this world, and we want to emphasize that. You can carry your gun, suddenly you find that your gun means nothing. Your gun can't do a thing. You can, now, okay, I had a freeze there. The thing is, I am asking humanity to pause and think. Pause and think. So I feel much because I'm still with you here. I'm not floating in the spiritual realm, but I tell you, those deaths are connected to the spiritual realms, and more are on its way. Coronavirus has not finished what it came to do, but I'm asking all of us to begin to become reflective and project and begin to pinch ourselves and remember that we are only here as human beings. The talents and gifts we have been given to use to serve humanity. God, we are not giving these talents to abuse ourselves and kill ourselves and kill others. We are here to serve. The earlier we all begin to understand this, the better for everybody. There is a reason why we all have conscience. A lion does not have a conscience because it goes by whatever nature throws at it or whatever humans throw at it. So a lion can eat a child and walk away. We are given conscience to know right from wrong because there is something called consequences. People need to understand this. I am asking humanity to pause and think. Coronavirus is here for a reason. Please, I beg on everybody, it's time to pause and reflect and then project. I don't know what else to say, but to say to you, the deaths you have just mentioned have a lot to do with spirits, because we are spiritual beings. And I'm asking you to expect more. That's all I can say.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. Comprehensive enough. Very, very comprehensive. You said something that I am happy with. You said guns would not have effect. There is a police station or army barrack they went to go and ransack today and burn, and the armies were there with their gun, but they couldn't do anything because there's too many people there. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to probably be bringing somebody else in onto the show very soon. I'm working on that coup. I'm planning the coup on that level. We're still talking about Abba Kyari, the chief of staff of President Muhammadu Buhari, the guy that someone sent me a message, a rogue leader ousted by COVID-19. I'm not sure about that because I'm sure he went to Germany to go and negotiate electricity for his people. That is where he catch this disease. But among these people in Germany that he met, obviously if any of them has died, we should have heard about it. But unfortunately, we didn't hear that anybody died among the people that was in that the man actually met. Abba Kyari, he's been in government since 1983 or so. Why will he be ruling for so long? Why will he be there for so long? What is wrong with us? Is he a personal property that someone has to be there for about 30, 40 years? Does it make sense? It's only the monarch that rules for that long. I think democratic elected people should not stay in government for 40 years. What's your feelings on this one?
Let me first read what the president said about his friend Malam Abba Kyari, and that will then take me back to what you've just said. He's been there since '82, and we remember what all happened when the current president took over in '83 or thereabout. Malam Abba Kyari, who died on the 17th of April 2020. Again, I think there was a kind of a mistake. And you see, these are the issues. And if we have information that comes out from the government and we cannot even get it authenticated properly, and we are telling the world, like, this is who we are. I will give you an example. In this country, if your name, like as I bear Ola Yomi Koiki, but in another document, I've got Olayomi Olakunle Musa Kalam Koiki, it becomes two individual person. And that means until you correct that, you will be dealing with situation where at some places, they will reject one of those documents. And what I'm reading here is already flawed. And I will tell you why, even reading through it, and then I'll rewind back. This was also presented, maybe they've corrected that, but again, it shows the incompetency that we have in a system that have failed for a very long time, because people that are working inside those systems either are not, working with the current, what is happening. But let me continue with that write-up. This was released 3 hours ago, but I've not seen any update on it, but I'm sure it has already created a hoo-ha on Twitter. Malam Abba Kyari, who died on the 17th of April 2020 at the age of 67. You can see that there's already an error. There is an error there, and like I said, if we have this presented to us, at the bottom of it says, Muhammad Buhari, the President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, April 18, 2020. 67 years from complications caused by the coronavirus, and was a true Nigerian patriot, my lawyer friend and a compatriot for the last 42 years. So that means we don't have competent people.
Is it the government that released this? Is it the
yes, this is on the government's page. I mean, if you go to Muhammad, for those that might want to verify that as well, go on the Buhari Salute, and this was posted 3 hours ago. And that shows that we have a lot of issues. And like I said to you, this has already created a lot of, reaction on Twitter. And I'll tell you, is number 2 trending on Twitter, and it says 67 years. And let me just give you one or two of those tweets. And this one says, from one of the tweets, Buhari speechwriter says Abba Kyari is 67 years old. Meanwhile, Wikipedia is telling us it's 81. This government is never truthful. I truly don't think anybody really cares about this age. So why the lies? Also, we have somebody saying here, forget about Abba Kyari, 67 years, Mr. President. And I'll take the last one. There are two Abba Kyari. One was a retired military officer born on 1938 and died 2018. The other was the former chief of staff, died yesterday at 67 years. Let's be guided. I go back to you in the studio.
This old man is actually 67. That's a good one.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
The issue with Nigerian is we are our own enemy. I'm going to introduce somebody quickly, and then I'm going to bring him onto the show straight away because I don't want to waste time. I want this to start boiling. And unfortunately, I don't have much about who is going to antagonize this. I would have loved to bring someone who's going to antagonize me a little bit, but that's no problem. Let's welcome Frank Bello, our own personal Frank Bello, onto the show. I don't know what I've done there. I've actually messed the screen up a little bit, but I'll correct it quickly. Yeah? Frank, welcome to the show, sir.
Yes.
We were talking about Abba Kyari's Nigeria. Abba Kyari's, watch my mouth, Abba Kyari's Nigerian merry-go-round. That's what we're talking about. That is, he owns Nigeria. That is what we're talking about today. He has a strong grip on power for 42 years. Why, Frank? Frank Bello.
Hello.
Why would somebody have?
Yes, I can't. I didn't pick the last bit.
Okay. Why will Abba Kyari has a grip on power for 42 years?
I think there are three different types of Abba Kyari in Nigeria.
Yes.
There is that Abba Kyari that was
the old one that died.
That was that was the Brigadier General.
Yeah, that one gone. Yeah. And
No. There's a police officer and there is this Abba Kyari.
Yeah.
So we've got three Abba Kyaris in Nigeria.
I think the police officer is 67 or 63. That's the youngest one.
I don't really think so, because I think there was something in relations to that age of your Abba Kyari that was that I got, and there's a little bit of discrepancies. I think there was one Abba Kyari that was 1952 or so, and another Abba Kyari's date of birth in 1940 something, and another one 1940, I think 1938.
Okay, can I bring something in quickly?
Yes.
Is this official Muhammadu Buhari's Twitter handle though? Is that what Buhari's handle? Is it his official verified handle?
You mean the one, the Buhari Salu?
Yeah, no. Even the original tweet came from Muhammadu Buhari's tweet. Malam Abba Kyari, who died on April 2020. They didn't even put the date there.
Because that, if you look on Tolu Ogunlesi, at Tolu Ogunlesi, still have it there as I speak right now.
I have this one. It's actually from Muhammadu Buhari's handle, right? That is the source of that information. That is the original place the information is coming from. It says Muhammadu Buhari's, which is at M Buhari, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Malam Abba Kyari, who died on April 2020. The date is missing. The year and the month is the only thing they decide. And they said at the age of 67, from complications caused by coronavirus, was a true Nigerian. My lawyer friend and compatriot for the last 42 years. Yeah. And later my chief of staff. He never waived in his commitment. The thing is a bit faint there because it was screenshot. They didn't want them to delete it.
It's meant to be that way. Don't worry yourself. Don't worry yourself.
Then AIT wrote it. AIT gave us another thing. AIT gave us 1938 to 2020.
Okay.
Ade.
Are you there?
I'm here. We're here.
Yes. I have Channels TV that says Abba Kyari 1952 to 2020. Channels TV.
Okay.
And I've got TVC. Of course, we all know the head of TVC, Dele Alake. TVC claimed 1949 to 2020.
Yeah.
Now, Leadership newspaper up in the northern newspaper,
yeah,
they claimed Abba Kyari 1938 to 2020. and then the Punch newspaper claimed Abba Kyari is 81 years, but they don't seem to have the correct dates, just like you and I.
Okay. That makes a little bit of sense. I could defend the government on that one because I like to give them a benefit of doubt, right? Maybe
no, I'm quoting because this came out from all those channels. See, the presidency, they're not even coordinating all their activities, and you see, one platform, one network comes up with this day, the other one comes up with that. How long are we going to live in this mess?
Who feed us with the right information before? It's Abba Kyari that feed off this information. When Abba Kyari leaves, when he died, when he was become sick, so many things went wrong because there's nobody that can coordinate things anymore.
Yeah, but Abba Kyari died. Abba Kyari died on the 2nd of April.
Yeah, we suspect that. We're not sure.
Yeah, but I made it known to the whole world that Abba Kyari died.
Yeah, and they were waiting.
Well, that means they violated their Islamic rights and the rules, which said they should be buried within 24 hours.
But forget
about Muslim rights and all those all those things.
I believe you. I believe you, Mr. Bello. I believe you because
someone said here that they actually bury him straight away when he died, and today, because they didn't open the body, they don't have to open the body. We don't know whether he's there or he's not there. We don't know, maybe he's bananas.
But you guys, yesterday, maybe you were not on my show yesterday. I'm pretty sure that Yomi Koiki was there. I was completely in black on my stream yesterday, and I gave them a deadline to declare Abba Kyari by Sunday. That failure to declare Abba Kyari dead by Sunday, they will all die.
So maybe they had your threats, so they have to come quickly.
So they had to react based on your threat. Well done, Mr. Bello.
We have to give you a very big clap.
Yeah. Well done, Mr. Bello. Now I'm gonna be watching you on a regular basis.
It was there.
Yeah.
It was there.
Okay.
It was there yesterday. And I'm giving Bola Tinubu, Lai Mohammed, Garba Shehu, and Femi Adesina to declare the impostor in Aso Rock. I'm giving them 4 days.
Wow.
That's possible because from the
all I know is that more is coming. And Mr. Bello may have the details. I don't know, but I know that more is coming.
Yeah, we have some wires coming into the studio as well. John Campbell said that the power struggle that we ensued at Aso Rock will bring so many calamity and truth that will be very difficult to bear to people, because if they cannot mend, one of the reasons they said they didn't declare it earlier is because they need to make sure they solve some problem first. And what are the problems, according to the wire? And I'll read the quote. I said, John Campbell, the former U.S. ambassador to Nigeria.
That's right. I remember that wire. I remember that.
As one, that there is more problem to come from Nigeria as a result of Abba Kyari's death, right? And can we trust this man? Can we really trust John Campbell?
Well,
yes.
Well, what I'll say to you is, yes, we have to trust John Campbell. And in fact, we don't actually need to trust John Campbell. We need to trust our own selves in knowing that this is a crazy, crazy arrangement. This is the most crazy. Of course, that's what you should expect in anything that is poisoned. Poison will never get better. You can see that this thing you call government, okay, is built on lies. And all they were doing was, the more they try to cover one lie, they create more lies. And that's all they've been doing. They're just playing hide and seek. Okay, look at us now trying to work out which one is his right age. It's just confusion throughout. This is total madness. I mean, total madness. I think we need to spend more time on trying to tell people what they should do now, because I've told you, this is an unworkable system. This is an evil-infested system that needs to go and go for good. Britain should hide in shame. Anybody in Britain that still supports this madness they cooked up, okay, must also go with COVID-19, because the person has no good intentions for humanity. The place needs to just break up, let people pick themselves up, and then, because whatever, my brothers, we still have to fellowship together, but let us all define ourselves as individuals, as communities, as whatever we want to call ourselves, so we can harness ourselves better and interact better and begin to produce and give this world the content that is suppressed in each of us. We have been damaged by this Fulani arrangement. Everybody has been damaged by this crazy arrangement, and I think Britain as a system should hide itself in shame and must stop now. It is now or never. Everybody really needs to wake up now. We can't carry on like this. Human beings are not meant to be this way. This is embarrassing. Yeah. We're here working out the date of birth of a chief of staff. We are trying to work out which one is just date of birth. This is criminal. And it is criminal, man. I mean, all we are doing is chasing shadows. You don't know whether they are there. You don't know whether they're not. We are all, everybody is gambling. In fact, we are waiting for one pastor to come and tell us what is happening there now. We just and we are dealing with people who are charged with human life. People who are charged with human life, and they are playing. What rubbish! Oh my God! I'm telling you, I feel embarrassed. I'm telling you.
I think we should pick some of the wires, some few comments we have online. Yomi, I believe some people are leaving comment on your own side. Should we pick from each side, or let's go
with the heritage one? I will go on the heritage one, then I'll pick anyone coming from my side. So let me go through some of the comment, and they're coming very fast. Thank you, those of you that have joined us. Continue to share the page, and let us also invite other friends as well. Jocelyn Noah, he was there to loot. I'm sure that will be to the discussion of the individual that we're having a conversation with.
Okay, it depends on where Justin Noah is, because sometimes depending on
Jocelyn Noah is watching from Dubai.
Okay, so maybe they go to Dubai a lot, so
No. He's resident in Dubai.
Okay, go ahead, Yomi.
Also, we have Alan Femi Orekpo. What is the... Okay, that seems to be running away. But okay, let me do it this way. Elizabeth Leja, exactly. Jubril's age as well. Not sure what that means. Jubril's age coming there. Also, I can see
Elizabeth Lilja is in Sweden.
Adekoya Jagumolu. Brit government are playing Fast Fury on the royalty from the zoo. So it looks like a Fast and Fury movie. It says Brit, and I think it means Britain government are playing Fast and Fury on the royalty from the zoo. I'm not sure. Also, Muhyiddin Kazim says revolutions on the way. Just take note. Lizzie Azu, this year don't rugged. That means 2020 is already rugged. I will take a few more, go back to you in the studio. Temilola, things have really fallen apart, like things fall apart. And the center cannot hold. The damage is so founded on the deceit, immutable, crude, and wailed. Also, Dre, did I miss that much? Well, I'm not sure what he's talking about there. Let's take the last one, and I'll come back to you. What about the president age? Adekoya is asking us, I think if the presidency cannot give us the age of the chief of staff, that would be a very big question.
Are they talking about the young president or the old one? Which one? The young one, or the young man, or the old one? So at least we begin to know. I mean, the whole thing is a joke, complete joke. This is humiliating for humanity in general. This is shame on humanity generally, not shame on any particular geographical location. Total shame on humanity, that humanity can stand watch and see such evil before human beings. Humanity, I don't care who you are, where you are, whether you're America, China, that humanity can stand and watch such embarrassment, such dehumanization of human beings, such a system that entraps people's talent, destroy children, destroy growing generations, even the one to come, and humanity is watching and everybody's, it's a big shame. I mean, the whole thing is a joke, and it's a system failure. But I tell you something, coronavirus is here to do something, and I'm still watching. Trust me. I don't mind if I'm one of those it will take care of. So long as humanity can breathe and become better, I'm happy to go. So I want coronavirus to do its work, and I believe it is doing its work, slowly but surely. We don't celebrate people's death, but the owner of this world is having some kind of say, and as well as some kind of warning. So it's up to us to begin to think properly now. Know that this is not a country. It has never been a country, and it will never be a country. Let us stop shaming ourselves to say, oh, Nigeria, our country. That's, you just...
I think we lost Essie there again. He's going to come back shortly. I'm going to take one comment quickly because the comments are running away too quickly. The comments are running away too quickly.
Catch the comments.
We're not grabbing it enough. The president's younger sister is 83. President is 78. Shola Adekoya. Century, degradation and folly of the universe. Tommy and Yobowale. Disaster. They cook ogbono and okra soup. Then they mix it with butter and jam. That's strange. If you have ogbono and okra and then mix it with butter and jam, that's gonna be a serious tummy ache later on. Nigeria is a joke, thanks to Britain. No, let me correct some few things there. I won't take it that we thank Britain for making Nigeria a joke. As you lay your bed, as you sleep on
So
it,
you lie.
right? If you call yourself an idiot, everybody will come and call you an idiot. If you don't sell your people, they said Britain did slave trade. Who facilitated the slave trade in Nigeria in those days? It's not Britain that come and facilitated
Who was
themselves.
selling?
We
Who was
sold.
selling? Yeah.
We were selling ourselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And
Do
can
you
I
want
say
you want, you want me
something?
to do you want me to comment?
One second, Uncle Frank. I'm gonna let everybody believe this. We have a big problem in Nigeria, and the problem we have in Nigeria is not only about our government. We have problem within ourselves. We have massive problem within ourselves, and one of the big problem we have within ourselves is there's no love. When I'm dealing with you, I can't trust you. When you're dealing with me, you're looking over your shoulder already because you don't know the card I'm gonna play. And I have to advise all Nigerians today, that revolution language, we need to stop it now, right? Because we need to play our card right, and then things can work better for us. And I will tell you the reason why I said that. If you're talking revolution, they will proscribe you as a terrorist. They will. And I mean, they will proscribe you. So you're going to have to settle things and do things in a civilized way and get ahead to where you want to go to. You can make a very good move without revolution. And we like to do gra-gra sometimes. Gra-gra don't solve our problem. Right? We have to be civilized. We have to do it in a way that everything we work out well for us. Look at Donald Trump. Look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not arrogant. He might be arrogant when he talks, but he doesn't bounce about and say, hey. No, he doesn't do that. Right? And he's putting his foot down. You can put your foot down without turning into some kind of things. I'm going to give it to Uncle Frank quickly. The message are flowing because the messages are coming at the rate of 1 or 2 per second, and we're not keeping up with it. Let's give it to Uncle Frank, and then from Uncle Frank we go to Alayo Mikoiki again, and then I will chip in some few things because there's some few things, or maybe Uncle Frank, can I add one thing to what I want to hear from you? From the report, when they went to the airport to go and take his body, they went and meet them at the international wing of Abuja Airport, Abuja International Airport. If the body is coming from Lagos, why will the plane go to international wing? It's not set up for that. And what's your thought?
I think, well, let me put it this way. There's been some kind of discrepancies by the former managing director of Guinness, who said Abba Kyari was admitted into a private hospital in St. John's Wood, and he's being treated there for COVID-19.
Are you serious? Where did you get this information?
No, that went wired, and a lot of people actually contacted me, and I said to those people, I said, Abba Kyari died. I don't know whether that managing director of the former Guinness Nigeria Limited was probably part of their cabal, or one of the people that benefited from Abba Kyari and Muhammadu Buhari when he was military head of state as at that time. But then I said to people, I said, the only hospital that I know that is in St. John's Wood is Wellington Hospital.
Yeah.
And I said, it is not physically possible for Abba Kyari to be flown. Can I
just say something? Something just came in from the wire again, and this is very reliable. I heard that he actually died 2 weeks ago, right? And that is from the wire, right? That is not Facebook. This is from our reliable source, right?
Yeah, but Mr. Ade Thomas, I posted it earlier on your post that he died on the 2nd, and I made it.
Take it down. We posted it, but we were asked to take it down. You understand?
Yeah. He died on the 2nd of April.
Yes, yes. And if you look on our page as well, I'm going to post something quickly. And I'm going to try and do a screenshot, or Olayomi can do the screenshot and send it to me, or I can get some people. Guys in the studio, if you can do the screenshot of the post we post on the 2nd of April for me, I would really appreciate that. Then I can actually show the screen. We posted it about 4 o'clock in the morning on the 2nd of April. We get a call from Aso Rock that Abba Kyari died. And I called Yomi about 5 o'clock. Yomi Koiki, did you remember? I called you about 5 o'clock in the morning and said, Abba Kyari has died. And we posted it. And within 10 minutes, they called me from England to say, I have to take that post down.
Was that from the High Commission? I guess.
No, not the Nigerian people. You won't be Nigerian. Nigerian people won't call me. The people in authority here called me to say take it down. So we took it down. We have to take it down because they need the source for it. So this is why most of the time when people give me something, I send it back to them and say, what's the source? I need to have the source. If you can't give me the source, I can't post it. Yeah. If you are individual, like Uncle Frank, you can post anything and get away with it. We can't post anything. And
but I posted it on my wall.
Yeah.
And nobody challenged it.
Yeah. Ofcom will challenge us. The government will challenge us. Everything will challenge us. If we have to, yes, we can protect source to a certain level. But
definitely,
it's got something to do with the national interest. There's a little bit of what we can do and what we cannot do. Okay. Mr. Frank, Abba Kyari, a young leader ousted by COVID-19 or coronavirus 19. Which one? Or 419, coronavirus 419, and the trade of 419 with demands death. Social distancing. Someone said they need to apologize to Funke Akindele, which, wow, I can't believe this. These things are flying. Since I said the comments are coming, I got 27 comments already after that time. Let's give it to Olayomi Koiki to pick up some, yeah?
All right, let's take a look at some of the comment coming through. And I do have here Ade Omoluabi, Oduduwa citizens and the majority of Igbo and citizens don't want to be part of Nigeria no more. Also, Jordan Oluwatobi, good evening. I think you are one of the General Mayegun's political top fan. Nice to see you here. I think those are just presently, finding themselves on Heritage TV. Maybe there are people that follow Mayegun as well. Also, let me, because I was looking at on my phone and that was flying like you were also saying, but let me go back on the main screen on the laptop and I could also see right there, Niger, a country without security, no food, no job, rules by animal. I don't want to use the F word. Idiot animals are living with Niger money. God is washing Una. That is coming from Muhyiddin Kazim. Also, Adekola says, I fly Lagos from international the last time I traveled. So I think it's good. The question relating to why the flight was, coming into international. Somebody saying, Temitakpa says they flew in from Cuba. I'm not sure whether you have evidence to show.
They should forget about that Cuba story.
Also, the name Nigeria is stupidity. That's Jocelyn Noah. And I'll take one more and then come back to you in the studio. I want to pick this one that says COVID-19 have exposed a lot of things. And I think that has been, Jocelyn Noah, what an American wonder said age reduction. Disney, I hope I pronounced that name very well. COVID-19 is here to expose the fraudulent nature of Nigeria. Alan, but he said he got the information from Aso Rock. What are the source? And I'll come back to you again in the studio.
Oh, the source from Aso Rock. That's a good one. And then they'll put a person in prison for the rest of the century.
No, a journalist does not reveal his or her sources.
No, not especially to Nigerian people. Oh, I'm gonna
no, even if they put a knife on my throat, I won't reveal my sources.
Let's take this one from Femi Babalola in Europe. But amid strict restrictions on international travel, these government officials are now faced with an unusual reality. Receiving medical care in Nigeria is a departure from a long-running trend, which sees Nigerian history replete with instances of high-level government official shuntling local hospital and seeking international treatment. That's from Fem Babalala. Mongo Deng. My dear, this is not Nigeria only. Oh. My dear, this is not Nigeria only. Oh, this thing is pushing. It's just pushing the comment away. Maybe I'm going to try and split the comment from I will probably stick the comment from Heritage page alone. I will leave all the Wash Party comment because when they're coming together, it's just pushing. Before you finish reading, it's pushed it away. Prince Essay, they didn't tell us when he died. They didn't tell us where he died. And he was buried today. Can we trust the arrangement? Because when Abubakar, Abubakar, the former president, died, they didn't tell us as well. So why should they tell us this one? Yaradua, yeah? So why should they tell us this one if they didn't tell us about Yaradua?
Well, the thing is, we can blame these people for every other thing. We can't blame them for being consistent with deceit and lies. We cannot blame them. We can't accuse them. No, we can't accuse them of being their deceitful ways and their lies. In fact, they made it easier for us to know that they will be lying throughout by having an information minister called Lai Mohammed. That is an obvious indication that they will lie.
Prince Essay. So why do you think they gave him the name Lai from when he was born? He's a liar from birth, isn't it?
I can assure you, I wasn't there when he was born, and I didn't know his parents. But I can assure you, when you have such an old man answering Lai, whether you spelled it as L-A-I or L-I-E, the man is a born liar, and they knew it, and that's why they made him the information minister. Minister, because they knew they would be lying throughout. They knew it. Okay, so I mean, come on. If you're a magician and you're performing magic, nobody should be surprised about that. These are liars, and they had not hidden anything about that. So why would you believe anything they say? I think anybody attempting to believe them will now be a fool. I mean, anybody attempting to try to believe them or think they are, then that will be the fool. They have told us what they do. They told us they came to lie. First of all, they told you they were fighting corruption. You have seen how much corruption. They now told you that they keep changing things. One day you will hear about insurgents. The other day you will hear about Fulani Hospital. The other day you will hear about bandits. The other everything kept changing. These are
the next minute Nigeria is the safest country.
Oh yeah. I mean, what haven't we heard? And why must we believe them now?
Okay, I think before the 2015 election, Buhari made a promise, and he said he will get rid of Boko Haram within a very short time. If you're watching us from any part of the world, please show some love. We really want to see your love. We really want to see. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube or like our page on Facebook, please do that. This will encourage us to do more. Allen, Femi, Orepo, a lot of politicians are currently hiding their positive status. With time, it will come to limelight. Yes. It's like pregnancy, you know. If you're pregnant, you can't hide it for long. After sometimes it's bound to come out. I like Temitope Washing as well. I like Oluwatoyin. Oh, Elizabeth Lija, thank you for that. I can see. Josephine, thank you. Woo, Josephine Ebenezer. You're watching as well. Thank you for watching. Elizabeth Lija, thank you. Well, 2 Elizabeth in a row. Thank you for your like. The more the pandemic, the more the revolution is loading. And someone said, this wish must never come. This person's wish must never come true. He said he wants the things to continue. No, we don't want it to continue. It's causing mystery for people, and it won't take long before it affects everybody. We don't want it. We want it to stop. We can't wish evil for our dear motherland.
Yeah, but we want, we want COVID-19 to claim some lives that we expect COVID-19 should claim,
Frank,
right all the way from Astor Rock.
do you really want me to take you on this one? Why will you be wishing people
Yeah,
evil?
yeah, go on, bring it on, bring it on.
The Bible said, "Don't pay evil for evil." Lead them.
I know, I will. I will pay evil for evil. I don't believe. I love Jesus, but I don't believe in Jesus' law.
You like the law?
No, I believe in Moses' laws. I believe in Moses' laws, not Jesus, not the New Testament, the Old Testament.
This man, I must never offend you, then, innit? I must never offend you.
No, mine is an eye for an eye. No, I don't. If you hit me, I will hit you hard, physically or spiritually. I will hit you.
This man, please don't do as he says. Yeah, just do as he does. Yeah, because what he's saying, he doesn't really mean it. Yeah, that's one thing I want you to believe. Even their good morning is full of lies. When they say good morning to you, be careful, because they don't really mean good morning.
It meant good evening.
Yeah, you are right. That's what they said. Power belongs to us. We are born to rule. Imagine those Aboki. Aboki can say that. Aboki can say that. Yes, they have the right to say they're born to rule because we keep voting for them. Can I tell you one thing? Yes, they can rig election. People can rig the election, but they cannot rig an 80% election. Nobody can rig 80% election. If you keep collecting 10 naira, 20 naira, 1,000 naira, like the one they're collecting lately at Bola Tinubu's house, yeah, they need to fund they need to fund this thing back. They need to get their money back. So it's not their fault, it's our fault. We just need to educate ourselves to say we just need to put the right people there. You know why Abba Kyari has been there for so long? He's the most learned among all these people. He's the one that knows the rules. He knows the rules, he knows the law. If he's not there, everything will collapse. That is why he was able to overrule Muhammad Buhari some time ago. Okay? No, you can't do that. It's against the law. International law will come and catch you. You're going to go to the Hague. And Buhari doesn't want to go. You know, the easiest thing like Abba Kyari will say to Buhari is that, Oga, you can't do that. They're washing you from the egg. Remember the Hotel Rwanda thing? Paul Cicera Ghana, whatever his name is. I will vouch for you at the United Nations. So all Abba Kyari has to say to Buhari is, if you do that, I will not be able to defend you at the United Nations. No, they will take you to the Hague. So that's why it was able yeah.
Don't let us forget as well that Abba Kyari served in Fani Kayode and Showemimo's chamber. That's why you saw. Yeah, that was why Fani Kayode was attacking many of us that confirmed Abba Kyari dead, and he said he wouldn't like to wish somebody's death. Look, they are the same cocker. Yes, I know.
Then Johnson, thank you for joining. Thank you for following there. If you have not subscribed, if you have not liked, please like. Actually, let's get the figure up to 100 quickly. Let's get it. Invite your friends. Share to group. Share to everywhere. Forget about the comment for now. We can't read all these comments. These comments are too much for us to read, right? These comments are too much. They must stay home and suffer this evil that they brought on everybody. Liz Asu, I thank you for the smiling. This one is smiling and rolling on the floor, right? Jordan Oluwatobi Oguntuashe, the burial drama has just started in Nigeria. Oh, please, don't say that. We don't want no more burial. Please. We have families over there. Come on. If they steal the money, at the end of the day, when they bury them, did anybody see when they bury Abba Kyari today? Did they bury any money? Did you see pound sterling in the? Did you notice when they were?
Did you?
Even if they did, he won't be able to spend it.
How do you know? You haven't been in that situation before.
There's no bank over there.
Okay, Frank, you wanted to say something, sir?
Yes. Did you observe that? I don't know whether you've seen the clip at your studio there, but there was one of those guys that lifted the supposed casket that buried Abba Kyari's body. And this guy actually disposed of his own gears in the middle.
Okay. Yeah, we think we saw that. And you mean this guy that was naked in himself? You mean this guy?
Yeah.
That guy. You see him there? Yeah. He disposed it and walked away from it. Yeah. Did you see all those people that was trying to undo the coffin and the body, and using
Yes.
their bare hand to cover
Yes.
the tin? Like, that's dangerous. I don't think.
Yeah, but there was the fact of the matter is there was no body in there. There was, maybe it's a fake body that they've deceived Nigerians. And these guys, they are gullible. Huh?
You know, I've said that before. Maybe I've said that before you come online. Princess, I've said that before, that I don't think the body is there. If the body is there,
There was,
be careful.
look, maybe they've just wrapped up something heavy, and then they've molded something in the shape of a human body, and they've wrapped it up, and they kept on deceiving people. That was Abba Kyari.
And just buy a body from China.
Perhaps maybe the Chinese people, they've flown in a special body in.
Let's go to Abba Kyari for today's figure from NCDC. Let's go to Lagos quickly for NCDC figures. Give you some time? Oh, you ready?
No, I'm ready to go.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
The data doesn't look good. The figure is rising every day, and I'm sure if the view of what we saw at that burial ground, that even the NCDC eventually sent some of their staff to go back and do some cleaning up that I believe should have been done if officially what we saw was ongoing, but we eventually saw them after the video you've just shown. We've now climbed up to 542 confirmed cases of COVID-19. Another 49 new cases coming in today. Also, 23 out of those 49 is from Lagos. 12 is from FCT. Kano doesn't seem to be going down. It seems Kano is climbing up in the last 1 week that we saw from 2. Kano added 2, added 10. Ogun State 2. Oyo 1. And Ekiti 1. Let's now give us the breakdown from each of the states according to what we have. 542 confirmed cases, 166 people have been discharged, which is good news. But the sad news is 19 people have died of COVID-19, including the late chief of staff that we're having the conversation right now. Lagos total 306, FCT has got 81, Kano 37, Osun State has got 20, Oyo State have got 16, Edo State have got 15, Ogun State 12, Kwara 9, Katsina 9, Bauchi 6, Kaduna 6, Akwa Ibom 6, Delta State 4, Ekiti 4, Ondo 3, Enugu 2, River State has got 2, Niger has got 2, Benue has got 1, Anambra has got 1. When the reaction of that video came out, after that video was posted online, and one thing is, it only takes one person with a very small phone to record anything and the video could go viral. But that video then gave the official of the FCT to respond quickly. COVID-19, unprofessional conduct at Gudu Cemetery. The Health and Human Service Secretary of the FCT has noted with concern the video that you've just shown as well, trending on social media, showing a man pulling off his PPE unprofessionally after participating in a burial of the late Malam Abba Kyari, and then saying that we've sent our team to do justice to that burial ground and also dispose also the PPE. But eventually we saw another picture where the PPE was burned in that same casket that was used to bury the late Malam Abba Kyari. But there will still be a lot of reaction from Nigerians in the handling of what we saw, being also televised to everyone around the world whether we are really serious about COVID-19 or we are just playing around it. In UK today, 888 people have died, taking us to 15,000 plus. The number in Nigeria is still very low, but it also indicates that not a lot of people have been tested, but the death that will come through will eventually make the number goes up because you can't hide the death. But how many people have died of COVID-19 at home? That has not been confirmed. Even here in UK, a lot of people have been complaining that people have died of COVID-19, but yet has not been recorded properly as COVID-19. I'll go back straight to you in the studio.
Okay, I really appreciate you, Prince Essay. Thank you very much for coming. Frank Bello, our home
Yes.
Frank Bello. Thank you very much for supporting us. Guys, this is not
Yes.
going up. It's only 59. I've only got 6 people on top of it. You need to drive it up. Frank, invite your friends. Essay, share, invite your friends. Let's climb 100. As soon as we climb 100, we're going to finish it. People are still there. Oluwatoyin Olaiya, that was actually sat on it all night long. I really thank you. Femi Babalola from Germany, I thank you for that. Adekola Shole no lay in state. They can't lead this man on in state. He's just going to kill everybody else that went to go and say hello to him on his thing. They bury a borrowed dead. Simple. That person must be very mean.
With this government, anything is possible. With this government, anything is possible.
Are you serious about that? You must be very mean at these guys, man. Come on. Okay, just letting you know, personally, you need to invite about 10 people onto the show now. Come on, go ahead, do that. Yeah, and then I know you really want us to go. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up, to be honest. This is like a base. Ooh, a base is dangerous. Princess, you know a base film, innit? They are base. Yeah, it's a dangerous film.
They are base, of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe Yomiko Iki might not know that. Yeah. Do you know it? They are base film. Ola Yomiko?
No.
No, I don't think you would know that. Uncle Frank Pillow will know that too. Yeah? They're base.
No.
The military film is a no, please don't compare Nigeria to their base.
I'm a current affairs newsman. I don't watch films.
The worst place on earth, their base.
That's what you get when you live with cow lovers. Ooh.
I agree.
Yeah. I will go with what Mr. Frank said, an eye for an eye, let Nigeria burn so that our future children will be saved. You see, an eye for an eye in Nigeria is dangerous. When someone offends somebody, they will go and take somebody that didn't offend, and they will punish that person in front of everybody. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. A proper course of law will be better for us. Liz Azu, COVID-19. No, she said COVID-41. No, it's my glasses deceiving me. COVID-19 has been politicalized, so all the lies will be rolling in. Well, we need the lies because it's making us happy every day. We have something to smile with. Maybe I want to sleep, or people are already asleep, so don't wait to get to 100. Okay, we finish it now. All the infected people. Who tell you people are sleeping? Essay, Princess, are people sleeping where you are?
Hello.
They're not
Oh
sleeping.
no. We are. You people are supposed to be.
Yeah, and Shola is in Nigeria. Oh, even saying in Nigeria they call it COVID-419 now, especially those people from the street and the village. Oh, Jocelyn, thank you very much. I like that. Thank you very much for that.
COVID-419.
For COVID-419. Yeah, and they actually fit Nigeria 419. It's something that we love so much. I won't blame our government when they keep saying 419, and the terrible thing is that coronavirus came on in the year 19. So that's a terrible thing. Once again, I really appreciate you. I appreciate the man with the microphone. I appreciate the lady with the something underneath it. I thank you all for joining today. It's been lovely. We need to make Nigeria better. The man with the microphone did a runner. As soon as I say I love the man with the microphone, the man just did a runner because he doesn't like me. Okay, guys, I really thank you guys for coming today. We want to dance with people's tune because it's not good to keep people awake all night long. Tomorrow, I will try and lay the audio on that documentary, and I will put it there for everybody to share for me. It's comprehensive. It tells everybody everything they need to know. First of all, I want to thank and appreciate you guys always for being there for our people. I want to thank you all for everything you're doing. Frank, what do you have to say to our people? Do you have anything else to say?
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Nigerians, take your country back, because those people, those politicians, they are 419, they are fraudsters. Take your country back, because those of us in the diaspora, we won't send you money. You have enough money. Take your country back.
Is it that easy to take the country back? Maybe Frank doesn't know what he's talking about. Is it easy to take the country back?
Oh, they know what to do to take their country back. I'm not going to tell them, but they know what to do to take their country back.
Is it that easy to take the country back?
Can you repeat that?
Is it that easy to take the country back?
Well, it's quite easy. It's just about people focusing. With I mean, we were on ground during the election, and I can see that if the election should hold, if not, whatever the outcome of this COVID-19 will reflect the mindset of people that we've been talking about, and definitely a lot of people will be asking so many questions. We are seeing video coming from Nigeria where people are saying things that about 5 years ago you would never even hear from the street of Lagos, and that shows that people are now asking the question whether we've been given the right in terms of the welfare, the security, the food, so many things. We spoke to an orphanage home yesterday, day before yesterday, having about 45 children, but yet not a single water run into that home. And it tells you a lot of people are asking questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Olayomiko, for that. That was comprehensive enough. Prince Ese, someone said you are normally ruthless. Why are you quiet today?
I haven't been quiet.
No, the gentleman on the left-hand side of the screen. Yeah, you're the one on my left-hand side of the screen. Yeah. They said you
I've been speaking, and I've always said something when I've been called upon. I guess that you are now asking me what should be done. Is it in order to take the country back?
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Is it easy for them to take their country back?
First of all, I've made it clear there is no country. There's never been a country. What you have there is fake. All I'll say now is people need to wake up. I want to see people defining themselves about personal definition. Who are you? Who do you want to be? What are you? You must define yourself. You can't go by the definition of Frederick Lugard. You can't. It cannot suit you.
Prince, 1 second. Just stay there for a second.
Okay.
Adebayo, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. My namesake, Abimbola Thomas Adebayo, thank you for joining. I know you've just shared. I know you've just followed. I don't want you to follow. I want you to like the page. And not just like the page. I want you to bring a lot of people in. Invite people to like the page. Thank you for that, my sister. Prince, I have to appreciate that woman because she's a fantastic woman and we have the same name. Go ahead, Prince. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So I'm asking people to do the unusual, perhaps, because I think we have all been conditioned and somehow blinded to pursue this dead end. This is a dead end that leads to nowhere. There is more in us as Yorubas, as there is more in us as Igbos. There is more in us as Hausas. There is more in us in that understanding. Now, anybody can decide what they want to do with that. But I think we need to go back to the original. Who were you before Frederick Lugard and co came in? Who were you? Are you telling me you're animals that will just be packed together and say your name now is Nigeria and you take it? This is the time to say, no, this is nonsense. These are, look, don't you feel embarrassed as I do that we had a river Niger there that was with us all these donkey years, but then we had to wait for a young man to travel all the way from Scotland to come and give us a name and tell us that they discovered it, and we accepted it. This is evil. This is madness. If I'm embarrassed, I am feeling it's time to throw away this nonsense. It leads nowhere. The structure is totally false. The structure is bad. Bad structures will never yield good outcomes. It's impossible. The more we keep pursuing Nigeria, our country, Nigeria will get better. Nigeria, it makes us look like little idiots. I'm telling you honestly, nothing called Nigeria. It's a fake name. It does not resonate with anybody. Tell me who is talking. I'm not joking. Would you die for Nigeria? No, you won't. You won't die for Nigeria. Because it's strange. It's not from you. It's not yours. Would you? Would you die for Nigeria?
I will not die for Nigeria.
I won't.
No.
Yes, because it's not yours. It's not yours. It's
Frank,
not
will you die
yours.
for Nigeria? Frank, will you die for Nigeria?
Please. Well, I won't, because I know that it is fake. It is not a country. It will never be a country. Look at your army. No, have you taken a look at your army? Please, I call on anybody watching now, please begin to observe your army, the people in army uniform. Begin to observe that call themselves law enforcement agencies working. These people really, they are ready to kill you. Any minute, they are trained to kill you, and you're telling me you have a country. No, you're telling me you have a country, but your military that's supposed to be protecting you want to kill you. Please, we need to wake up. We need to wake up, and the waking up should be now, not tomorrow, now. That is how you can get a country before you start having getting your country back. You have to have a country first before you can have it back. So let's find a way to have a country first, and then we can talk about having our country back.
Quickly, I'm going to show you guys something quickly. If you look at this one, it says, this is our paper from yesterday, Heritage News. Security forces kill more Nigerians than COVID-19. Security forces enforcing the lockdown have killed more people than COVID-19 itself, a local right group says. Evidence of the killing comes from members of the public who ran their hotline or sent in video. The National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, added, it says law enforcement have killed 18 people in Nigeria since lockdown began on the 30th of March. Coronavirus has only killed 12, according to health data. And that is coming from our own very, very in-house newspaper. I don't know what we're going to do about our security forces in Nigeria, because the way they treat us is terrible. The thing as well come with it as well. Today, actually, in some part of Nigeria, there was a video that went out today that says some people ran and dislodged some army from their barracks. They dislodged the army from their barrack, and it was something that I will not tell people, I will not advise people to do. If you go and dislodge army from their barrack, it's too dangerous. And that is the 18th of April 2020. Heritage News, a Pan-African news channel. Abba Kyari is dead. That is the breaking news from that one. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Let's go back to everybody and see what people have to say. Should we take some few? The Constitution is mad. Yes. This is not AY. Everybody has been telling us the Constitution is very we can't keep up with this. 33 comments in the last. I had that Lugard of a man was a drunkard, and the woman who named the country Nigeria is a concubine. Oh my God!
He must
You
be,
must
yes.
have named Nigeria in bed.
Yeah. That's right. I couldn't agree more.
Okay. Okay. Abimbola Thomas says, which of them is talking sense? Which one? Is it the one with the cap or the one with the bald head in white, right? Or the one that refused to comb his hair this morning before coming on the show? Die for which country? Niger? Okay. Over my dead body. Muhyiddin Kazim.
There you go.
Okay. Ooh, nobody wants to die for Niger. Zoological zoo ruled by wild animal. I'm a Yoruba man, oh, Mr. Femi Babalola, 39 again. I can't believe this. I want to read this, but I think I've just lost it. Okay, someone said, I will pray for Nigeria. Please don't cost Nigeria. Sky News is even making a mess of us, you know. Have you seen it? Sky News is making a mess of us. They laugh
But
at
you're
us.
already a mess. Why would anybody be making a mess of you? You're already a mess. If you're talking about Nigeria, you're already a mess. So how can somebody make a mess out of a mess?
No. Somebody can make a mess out of a mess. Yeah. Somebody.
No, it's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. You see, that's why. Ade.
Yeah.
Please. I think the best thing we can do for that geographical location is to give it the appropriate name.
Somebody's saying Yoruba. Oh, come
there
on.
you go.
Don't say
There
that.
you go. Ade, please. Ade, can I make a suggestion, please?
Go ahead, sir.
Please.
Yeah.
The suggestion I'm making is in order to cater for our mental states, yeah. So we are not always shocked with type of things that come out from there, or think, or begin to scratch our heads. Why this? Why that? Why can't we just agree to give that place at least a name that is a workable name for now, and say the place is now known as Anything Goes. Anything Goes. Because with that name, with Anything Goes, you won't be very shocked when you hear that there is no proper date of birth, or when you hear that there is nobody in Afro Rock. There is no, with anything, you can at least have a stable mental health. You won't be scratching your head and killing yourself. So why can't we go and leave Nigeria alone for now and say this geographical location is called Anything Goes for now until we change it? Anything goes for now. That's my suggestion.
Okay. Someone said, keep praying for Nigeria. I will keep praying for Nigeria. And someone replied straight away and said, you've been praying for the last 59 years. What have your prayer done for you? Okay, the people didn't make the prayer work out. And the sister just laughed and said, yeah, that's true, maybe. It's sad. Mister, please, let's be positive, please, okay? Let's be positive. Oh, wow. I can't even read what Jocelyn Noah said. Oh, God of mercy. She's so blunt. Very, very blunt. Oh,
read us blunt statement. We want to hear blunt statement. We need to hear blunt statement.
I can't. What the SHITHOLE country? I'm so sick of the country. Okay, another one said, if you can get steady light 24/7 and steady water, please let me know so that we can reason now to pray and fast. And you know what she did? She even emphasized on the and fast. Okay. Dr. Who admitted Kyari has issue with Nigerian power supply. Okay. Is it the same Florence Nightingale, the nurse? Was she in Nigeria too? The one that named Nigeria, the concubine of Lord the God. My God and Mr. Brown, both of them, they don't hold back. So we need you guys to eat the nail on the head. Say it as it is. Okay, can I educate this my sister? Thank you for saying that. It's very important that we hit the nail on the head sometimes. But when you hit the nail on the head too much, you know what happened? And too hard. The head will fall off. And you won't have the head of the nail anymore. And it will be very difficult to drive the nail in. It's good to hit the nail on the head. It's good. I'm not saying it's not good. It's a good thing to do. It's good to call a spade a spade. But when you overeat the nail on the head, it is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Muhyiddin, that's very good idea. Anything goes. Country Niger, fantastic. And we have 64 messages. We're going to abandon you guys to first. In my state, presently, things have changed so much. Life is a little bit steady. Unlike, where's your state? Tell us. We're going to all move down there. I will leave London tomorrow and go to your state. Where's your state? Tell us now. I'm waiting for that reply. Put it right underneath that reply so that I can see it, please, yeah? I need to know where that state is now. I'm waiting for it. Just give us the name of your state. We're all going to move there. It's cheaper. It's cheaper. It's going to be cheaper if you're in that state. If you're just joining us, please, thank you very much for joining us again. I really appreciate you. Invite your friends. Tomisi Adex. Ooh, nice to see your face here. We really appreciate your coming. Please invite people, like it. I'm waiting for your state, please. Fab, I hate name called Niger area with passion. You hate Niger area. Page in category Nigerian politician convicted of crime. I saw it. What did you say, Jocelyn? I'm trying to. Okay, I'm from your state. That's what I was waiting for. Honestly, so much difference. Yes, I've heard about the man, about what he's doing. I heard about what he's doing. This is somebody that's giving press conference nearly every day. He's telling the people what is going on. The man is educated. He's not illiterate like the people up north. What do you expect? He's going to do it well. He's going to do it right. Frank Bello. I think it might be a good idea to start again tomorrow and let people go to bed. I know Prince is not time for Prince bedtime yet. And Olayomiko Iki, you are in a better position to advise people about these breaking. Top President aide deny access to Aso Villa after violating NCDC guidelines during Abba Kyari's. I won't blame them. Who wants to die? Even the people in National don't want to die for Nigeria. Don't come here with your COVID-19 virus. So they don't want to die.
I just picked that up now.
Jocelyn, that's what I am an advocate of that. No man born of a woman can salvage Nigeria. Nigeria is unsalvageable and irredeemable. You know why?
Also, we saw the governor of Kano also fired one of the commissioner for celebrating the death of Abba Kyari. Governor Gandude of Kano State fired his commissioner for celebrating the late chief of staff to the federal government. That is coming also this afternoon. And I'll continue to also pick up some other news trending regarding the discussion on Twitter as we go along.
I think Asorok is going to be on fire, and it will be very, very interesting to see what's going to come out of it.
Frank.
Yeah.
They fire someone for celebrating the death of Abba Kyari. You've been celebrating since yesterday. Maybe they will come and bomb you. Don't go.
Frank began to celebrate.
He said he was
celebrating since 2nd of April, not now, not yesterday. 2nd of April.
Okay.
It was rather unfortunate that Abba Kyari was at the point of getting me terminated in the UK, but unfortunately, the man even walked past me at Terminal 5, not knowing that the person he was coming to get rid of in the UK was there. And then the next day, I got a call.
What did you use? Did you use Aferi or which one? Or what did you use there? Aferi?
No, I never used any Aferi. The man just walked past me.
Maybe he left his
and since then, basically that was just he ignited the spiritual battle between myself and. But you see, most of them you see, sometimes you see a small child and you think that child might be superior to you spiritually, but then and again you see Abba Kyari, Muhammadu Buhari, Femi Adesina, Lai Mohammed. These guys are papers in the spiritual realm. They are papers. Their papers.
I think we had a lot of fun on the show today. My God, the comments are still coming. Femi Warola, they are saying that the government may be willing to consider real reform of Nigeria, failed electoral institution, and the president has made a rhetoric commitment to upholding the rule of law. Such statements are welcome and important. But so long as the government officials and other powerful individuals don't let them deceive you. They will say that. You know why they're saying that?
Okay. What about INEC office? It on fire too.
Is it only INEC office? Dugbe Market was on fire. Even Hampshire is on fire now. They said don't come there. Don't you know there's fire there?
There's fire on the mountain.
Iromi, you like our discussion. If you like it, you must subscribe. I'm waiting to see your subscribe button now. Like and share. Invite people to like the page as well. That will grow the page and we can do something. Akinla won't like Yoruba World Congress. Ooh, thank you for that. I really appreciate you for that. I think if there's nothing more to add, let me just look at my paper. We don't want to know where it died. We don't want to know when it died. Okay, this one is important. So, Baba Kinjigbe or Boss Mustafa, which one will you prefer? No, this is involved. We have two people now, guys. We have two people, Baba Kinjigbe and Boss Mustafa, right? Who is going to step into Abba Kyari's shoe? And I don't want you to pray for this man, for whoever step in there to die, right? But
no. I know. I made it known. Anybody who steps into Abba Kyari's shoes will die. It's not a threat. That person too will die.
You want me to start running from you? Don't say that. Oh.
No. That person too will die.
Why? Why do you want them to die?
Wallah, that person too is going to die. Let's
have a look at the video, the documentary we have at the beginning. Should we have a look at that video again? What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Should we have a look
that
at that
person,
video again?
anybody that steps into Abba Kyari's shoe, look, there is.
Wait, Frank. Olayomiko Iki and Prince Ese. Should we have a look at that video back again, so for the benefit of people that have just joined us? Yeah.
Yes, okay. Please.
Okay. I might not run the full commentary, but I will try and run it a little bit. So let me go there so that I can run it, because we haven't laid the commentary on it. So I'm just gonna go there and run the commentary while we're doing that. Okay, 1 second. You have to sit down for this one. Lie never lasts. History never die. The truth is always constant. Malam Abba Kyari, Chief of Staff to President Muhammad Buhari, a Kanuri from Borno State. Kanuri people are ethnic people from Niger, Cameroon area, with a several subgroup and dialect group. That's their music. Is married and has 4 children. We don't know much about his early life, but we understand he graduated with a bachelor's degree in sociology from University of Warwick in Coventry, and also received a bachelor's degree in law from University of Cambridge. In 1983, he was called to Nigerian bar after attending the Nigerian Law School. Whatever Malam Abba Kyari did, he invested in his education either by himself or through the Nigerian government a less scholarship program for the Northerners. In 1994, he obtained a master's degree in law from the University of Cambridge. He later attended International Institute for Management Development in Switzerland and participated in the program for management development at Harvard Business School in 1992 and 1994, respectively. On the 24th of March 2020, it was made public that Abba Kyari tested positive for COVID-19 on the 23rd of March following an official trip to Germany 9 days before. It was also reported that Abba Kyari has underlying medical conditions and was secretly thrown out of the country, which was later rebuffed and claimed he was moved from Abuja to Lagos. According to some source in the United Kingdom, John Campbell, Abba Kyari's sickness, if it leads to his death, may collapse Nigeria because of the amount of information that might leak out during the process of finding a replacement for him. He has been reported to be the one holding the weak and over-centralized Nigerian state together, and is the man everyone has to go to get meaningful meeting with the president. It's also been reported in the past that Malam Abba Kyari has in some few instances overruled the president's instruction without any consequence. Abba Kyari has worked for law firm Fani Kayode and Showemo for some time after returning to Nigeria from the UK, and in 1988 to 1990 he was the editor with the New African Holding Limited in Kaduna. In 1990 he served as a commissioner for forest and animal resources in Borno State, and in 1990 to 1995 Kanu was the secretary to the board of African International Bank Limited, a subsidiary bank of Credit and Commerce International. Kyari was an executive director in charge of management service at the United Bank for Africa (UBA), and was later appointed the chief executive officer. In 2002, he was appointed a board director of Unilever's Nigeria and later served on the board of ExxonMobil Nigeria. His political career, he was appointed chief of staff to President Muhammadu Buhari in August 2015.
It was a bloody Wednesday today.
Kyari was an influence figure within the Buhari administration. During the administration first time, he worked mainly behind the scene to implement the president's agenda. In 2019, he was rewarded for his active service during the first time, and Buhari gave the order that everybody has to go through his office to get to him. In 2017, following a leaked memo, Kyari became embroiled in public argument with the head of civil servant, which later led to the removal and his arrest. In another leaked memo, Baba Gana Mongoro, the National Secretary of Us, accused Kyari of meddling in matters of national security. Kyari died in Lagos Hospital on the 17th of April 2020 after testing positive for COVID-19. And the picture you're seeing there is his body has actually been flown from Lagos to Abuja International, and I emphasize International Airport, and is now at the State Guest House. And what I see there, that's the prayer being offered for his dead body. His soul is gone, and people are not doing social distancing at all. They were mending about. They were nothing like social distancing there. Everything about social distancing there is actually zero. We have to actually acknowledge that some of our pictures were taken from NTA and TVC. That is the Guru or Guru cemetery, where they're gonna lay him to rest. The good thing about it is that it's not a ceremonial laying to rest. It's a communal cemetery where everybody has been buried. So whatever you do in life, always think about your 6 feet. And so many people so close to the vehicle are not even wearing gloves. They're not even covering their nose, their mouth. And there was an idiot that was in the vehicle with the corpse, and the coffin is open. Remember, they're gonna have to take him out of the coffin before they bury him. And this is epidemic in the making. Look at how many people were there, no social distancing, and there have been some few comments online today from our viewers that the federal government should actually apologize to Funke Akindele Bello for harassing her. Yes, they did harass her. They need to apologize to her for that. That's the 6 feet there. Whatever you do, you need to be careful about so many things, because you need to remember the 6 feet. You need to remember the 6 feet. Because that way you will behave properly. That's the body being carried down from the vehicle. And the man in green is looking for big trouble. And he's using the glove to handle his clothes as well. And the police officer there, and the other one, no PPE, and they touching the coffin. And this is not just a coffin, it's an open coffin. Now they're carrying his body down. They've touched the clothes, they've touched everything, and these people are going to touch other people. And I believe this is one of the people that take off his PPE and lay it on the side of the road for other people to go and touch it. I must say and appreciate TVC because we take this image from TVC. And they're actually sitting next to the grave. They don't care. They're standing there. They're not protecting themselves at all. And if you look at what happened in Italy, they have to cover themselves so much. They even hear a perspex covering their face on top of the mask. The power struggle after his death is what we don't know where that is going to lead. Will it split Nigeria because of the amount of information that some people might have that might get revealed during this process? I think you guys are enjoying this documentary more than the talk, because the figure has gone up so drastically. Muidi Kazim, that's a yellow card for you. My sister, this guy are animals. Yeah, I believe that. I won't say otherwise. And they bury him like an animal anyway. And if they're not animal, why should they all go there? These guys don't mind dying for Nigeria anyway, because they all go there. Anything can happen. I hope those leaves will not germinate one day and bring out leaves, and then the leaves will be contaminated with coronavirus. And if he has fruit, and anybody that eat the fruit from that tree might be looking for trouble. That man is very faithful to him. Look, he's using his hand to pack the soil onto it. What do I call that? Dedication, eye service of stupidity. Because he's gonna go back home to his wife and might infect his family, his driver, his people. I hope what is going on in Italy, Spain will not happen in Nigeria with the amount of things we're doing wrongly. This one is even using an handkerchief to cover his nose. And the handkerchief will not save him. This one is a good one, yeah. That one is proper coverage. This one is using the one that I use for DIY. That DIY team cannot save you. All these ones are DIY team. They can't save you. Did those people, did they have gun? The people at the back there? That's not police officers. Those look like Fulani boys. And I don't see them as security officers because they don't dress like security officers. They dress like civilian. Why are they using their hand to pack the soil? This is what I don't know. They have more than 100 people here. This is a time bomb, guys. This is a serious time bomb waiting to happen. That's a very, very serious time bomb waiting to happen. How could you be using your bare hand to pack this? That's too dangerous. And then they're going to shake people's hand now. And then look at that man. Look at how he's touching. Oh my world. This is so frightening and so frightening and so worrying. He's taking it out, and that is the gentleman. That's our friend over there. He's undressing himself now. After touching everything, carrying the body. And look at how he's taking the clothes off as well. He's not even He's not even doing it right. Because it's going to contaminate part of his other hand. Completely contamination is going to do now. And he's going to take it home and infect his wife. Look at it. I'm not surprised that Asorok has actually banned all these people from coming to Asorok. Because the people in Asorok as well, they don't want to die for Nigeria anyway. So the people eating our money don't want to die for Nigeria. What about us that we're not eating part of the money? Why should we now die for Nigeria? Nigeria for sure, I was told. Okay, now they're confirming that we should now know. This should tell us that the person they're burying is not Abba Kyari. Because if they are, they will not be doing this. Jesus, exclamation mark, ignorance. Yes, they are very ignorant. Sir, I suspect the body is not Abba Kyari. Yeah, we've been saying that all night long. We don't think so. Because if it is, they will not be risking their own life like this. We should be getting ready to come back to the studio now, guys. I'm ready to come back in a second. And the guy has left the PP on the floor there. And people are walking past. This is the one I want to talk about. If you recognize this guy, it would be nice if you recognize them. Abba Kyari and the former CJN. The one on the right and the one on the left, they died. They both died. They the one that planned coup against the one in the middle. And they died on the same day. One was buried in the night, one died in the morning, and the other one died in the morning. And they used the death of the one on the left-hand side as a smoke screen for the one on the right-hand side. Because when they find out the one on the left died, they use that time to actually announce the one on the left. In England, we call it smoke screen. Welcome back to the studio, guys. Now I'm waiting for comment online. Comment online is more important now. Let's see. Deborah Alade, thank you very much for that number. I've seen it. We deal with it in the morning. Olayomi Koiki, what can you say? Or who wants to speak first? Let's see. Let's do it civilized way now. Let me see your hands up. Who wants to speak first? Okay, Frank Bello, you put your hand off first. Yeah, so let's go for Frank Bello. Say something. Say something to me. Okay,
yes,
you didn't
I
have
think
the
that,
chance to watch this before anyway, so you have your chance to watch it now. Okay,
yes. I didn't watch that the first time. Now, like towards the tail end of that program, of that slideshow,
yeah.
Left died, but then and again, left that died provided them the grounds to proclaim the death of the right.
Okay. I
Meanwhile,
think I'm gonna have to stop. I'm gonna have to stop you there because I got a request from online. Someone said Brakoki should be the one to talk first. That we guys are too old. That the young ones should speak now. They don't want the old ones to
okay,
talk anymore.
over to you in the studio. Over to you.
Ola Yemikoiki, are you there?
Yes.
They want you to speak first. The people online want you to speak first.
Oh, okay. I think I mean, why you could see that I had my phone there on my ears, and this barrier also shows what a lot of people have been saying. I mean, if this cannot be even done properly, I mean, this is the very close aid to the president, and now the whole image and the video is being analyzed by everyone. And the video that I was just watching as well, while before you brought my attention back, was also saying that we can't continue, to have, I mean, and let me just get the audio out. We might not be able, and I might send that video to you, but this is what the audio says.
The burial people were massively buried with just a few number of 2, 3, 5 people handling it. In other parts of the world, it is so shameful, but in spite of all, may his soul rest in peace. But we are much interested in the practice against the World Health Organization recommendation for the burial of COVID-19 patients, in spite of the federal government's order that bodies of the COVID-19 patients will not be released. We've seen Malam Abba Kyari being buried at the cemetery in Abuja. He was flown from Lagos to Abuja, and even at that, people gathered in their thousands to bury him. Even some individuals who are not wearing the PPE, the body protective mask equipment, coming close to handle the casket of the deceased. It is so pathetic.
So what I'm trying to say is, if this was playing out to not just Nigerians, remember this was going live, and that means it's going around the world. It also shows, how things are done, from the palliatives, where Senator Indome, the former senator, was asking the president to dissolve, and take out that committee, for incompetence of what the president wants them to do with the palliatives. And it also shows that they were aware, of the barrier coming up, and you don't need to have, 100 people or 5 people or 20 people there. But the question is, who is meant to touch that body, as at the time it was coming out from the ambulance straight into the, the ground itself? But it shows that there is a lot of things that are done wrongly. And if this was played out to us, only Lord knows how many things that we don't see that have become a damage that we might not even know the consequence of it. And it takes me back again to not knowing how much, the late Sani Abacha stole until he died. And then we started realizing that each time we need money, we realize that the money is outside the country, and it keeps coming and it keeps coming. So it is a big shame, for someone of, chief of staff. And, if the president says in that statement that they've been friends for 42 years, I think, it could have been done better, not what we saw, this afternoon.
Am I able to add something?
Please go ahead.
Why I personally, I don't get too worried about whatever comes out of that zone is because I don't, in my life, I'm very realistic. I don't expect to draw water from an iron bar, okay? I don't go hoping that an iron bar would yield me water. We are dealing with analogs. Analogs don't produce digital, okay? We are dealing with people that are supposed to be having their pension a long, long time ago. and we here scratching our head and thinking they should do things properly, they should do this. I don't see them as the problem anymore. I see ourselves as the problem, because we are expecting dry woods, okay, to produce life. We need to come to terms with the fact that we are dealing with. Sorry, is somebody trying to say something?
No. Go
We
ahead.
need to
Go
all
ahead.
come to we need to all come to terms that nothing that comes out of these people assembled themselves. They knew already that they are lunatics. They knew what they were going to do. Look, do you know what it means to have an information minister called Lai Mohammed? No, it is, these people knew what they were going to do. I just want us to understand that these people had no clue. They didn't know what to do. So all they knew how to do was how to confuse. Look at how much they confused even Osibanjo, that was the only person that had some class, intelligence, and did you see how they messed him up completely? The guy himself became confused. Where is Osibanjo now? A professor in law. A pastor. They reduced him to an imbecile almost. No,
Senior
they reduced
advocate.
the guy to an imbecile. This is a pastor. This is a professor in law. Their machinery, which is crowded with madness, destroyed the guy. The guy is nowhere to be found. So I think it's time for us to actually come to terms with what the real thing we are dealing with, so that we don't bother our heads so much and think, because if they were not what they are, you would have expected that this burial would have been properly choreographed in such a way that you will see perhaps 4 military officers or 3. Well, everything would have been well organized. You couldn't see anybody in charge of that funeral today, because you're dealing with people, almost confused people. You could see it's like burial happening in a village with old people that haven't even heard about COVID-19 or COVID, whatever you call it. So all I'm asking everybody is, please, let us not as much or expect miracle from the devil. The devil don't perform miracle. The devil doesn't do miracle. Miracle comes from these guys. These guys are old baggers. Yeah, there is nothing good coming out from them. They are supposed to be pensioners. They wangled themselves into what you call power. And honestly speaking, as bright as all of you here think you are, if these guys, if they get hold of you, yeah, what happened to Osibanjo will happen to all of you. All of you. I'm not joking.
Okay, we don't want what happened to Oshimajo to happen to us, so we're gonna have to run. Somebody said, some people have been saying Yoruba and the Biafra should go together. If you ever do that, you know what's gonna happen. They will be having guerrilla war. They will be fighting guerrilla war with us. I'm gonna show you a video quickly, but before I show the video, I want to really thank Joyce Lynn. She's been with us all night long, and she says she needs to go to bed because she has to do something. Jocelyn, come back again 8 o'clock tomorrow, and we're back here 8 o'clock tomorrow, and you will see us. We have to let you go. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, let's watch this one together.
What's Stanley say?
Thank you very much for that. I would like to say a very thank you to Deborah Alade. Thank you for joining. I know we're supposed to speak earlier on during the day. I really appreciate your coming, but you need to do something. I need to see your finger on the like button to like the page and share the program and invite people to actually invite your friends to like the page as well. So you need to go to community. I think, yes, you need to go to community on the page and invite all your friends to like the page, and the more the merrier. It's going to be better for us. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, Jocelyn, for that. Yeah, we really appreciate you. To make it easy for us, yeah, we social distancing. I think Sky did not do a justice to us by showing that video. What do you think? Should I take Prince Essie first? Did that, Sky? Did they do any justice by showing that video during the lockdown?
Well, I think the more honest we are with whatever we call social distancing, perhaps people don't understand what it means. I don't think anybody. I mean, you have seen the burial of the whole the height of government officials, let alone the marketplace. So you can insult disorganization. It could be that they don't even understand what social distancing means. It could be that I don't know. So, but it's best that we get it as it is. That people are honest about what is going on across the place. The more honest we are, the better. So that at least we are seeing it as it is. I mean, that video just only showed me real suffering. People really, you could see some young people even sleeping on top of bag of is that bag of onions or bag of what? People having that as a place to sleep. It's sad. It's so sad. This is a place where you have senators collecting the salary of a teacher for the year if they get salary of a teacher, a year salary for 1 day. 1 day. So it's a total. The system is totally destroyed. That's just my view. The system is non-existent.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's call it a day. A former Director General, West African Institute of Finance and Economic Management, Professor Akpan Ekpo, said government could increase the fiscal deficit limit and increase spending without going into further borrowing. He said the government should reduce the cost of governance, which he described as too high. Yes, have their salary straight away. They're taking too much. Guys, I really appreciate you once more. We're going to have to call it a day now. I really appreciate you so much for everything you've done today. You've made people's day. You've made my day. And it is fantastic. Thank you, Muiwa Kazim. Thank you very much. Femba Balola, thank you for staying with us. Abimbola Thomas Adedayo, thank you. Joel Adeyemi, I didn't see you before. Thank you for coming. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate your comment as well. Make sure you hit the share button, the like button as well, and invite people. Thank you for the love, guys. Can't wait to see revolution. Can't wait to see African Union, Yoruba Union, and the Biafran Union. Shola, thank you for staying with us. And on behalf of everybody in the studio here working tirelessly to make it happen, and on behalf of my gentlemen, all of you, starting from Prince Essay, the advocate for humanity, the man that advocate for humanity. Thank you very much for being an advocate. My go-to man, the man that makes things tickle, the man that makes things happen, the man that serve without self-interest. Olayomi Koiki of Koiki Media, operation manager. I really appreciate your effort, your work, your passion for the things you're doing, and God in His mercy will reward us. Frank Bello, the man that has passion for. The man is angry. This is the man that tell them, look, I don't want to be part of
the man is honest. He's speaking from his heart. Yeah.
Yeah, he's speaking from his heart. Yeah. I really thank you for coming. I thank you for joining on today.
It's a pleasure.
Yoruba,
it's a pleasure.
Thanks from the Biafra. Thanks from the Hausa too. Thanks from the Fulani. Thanks from the Kanoris. Thanks from everywhere. Thanks from the English. Thanks from Scottish people. Thanks for everybody that joined us. Dre. Thank you all. Good night. Until next time, we come your way tomorrow, 8 o'clock. We won't be late tomorrow so that we can do it better. Tomorrow we won't be late. I promise you that. So that we can do it better and enjoy it a little bit better than today, because today we have to stay too long and stay too late, and it's not good for our people. I want to say a very big thank you to you all. Guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nightmare. Good night.
You're welcome. Pleasure. Good night.